I've got lots of card making tips to share with you while we make this quick and easy card. Hello and welcome to sunnydaystamping.com. I'm Julie Baca and I'm so glad that you're here. We are making some quick and easy cards today. I needed a bunch of thank you cards, so I wanted to design a card that was quick and easy but still really beautiful. And I'm hoping that this will be helpful to you too. The design I came up with is something you're going to be able to use with any pretty paper you have that's double-sided, and pretty much any stamp set that you can use for a focal point or for a greeting. So I want you to be able to make these at home. So I give you all the measurements, but they're over on my website because it's too hard for me to say all the correct numbers in the video. So anyway, after the video, click on the link in the description that'll take you over there where you're gonna get, you'll see a bunch of more photos, so you get more ideas on what you can make. You can also purchase supplies right from there if you don't have what you need at home. So let's get started. One tool for making quick and easy cards is to use designer series paper. This is Stampin' Up's double-sided paper. They come in packs with a bunch of paper with all different designs, but they're all going to coordinate the fronts and the backs. So the method I'm going to be using today for today's card is to cut and flip, so that we can use the front and then flip it over to get this contrasting strip to make this card look really cool. Now, to store your paper when they're small like this, I like to just put them in a page protector and I type out the colors that are used. So you're going to start with your designer series paper and then pick a couple colors or just one. I used Lost Lagoon for the cardstock and for the ink for this, and that's it. Oh, I guess I used some yellow on the inside, but you don't need a ton of things. You don't need a ton of colors. This is one tip for storing yours. I like to store my full sheets on one side of the page protector and then keep all my scraps on the other side for using for smaller projects. So you can use any stamp set you have to create a focal point for your card. I'm going to be using the Filled with Happiness. I just love these bold words and these beautiful insides that coordinate with the modern oval punch. You may have this one already. This, by the way, is just another tool for quick and easy card making is punches. They are just so quick and easy to just pull out and punch to just create, just gives more interest to your cards. So we're going to start by cutting our pattern paper. Normally I wouldn't show you how to do this because I've got all the measurements on my project sheet or on the website, but I've got some tips for making it easy and also allowing you to get a piece to decorate your envelope all in one sheet. So with a 6x6 piece of paper, the smaller packs of paper come in 6x6 already. If you get the larger packs of paper, you can just easily cut them down. So if your paper has a direction, make sure it is running up and down before you make your first cut. And we're going to cut it at 2 1/4. This is going to give us enough to decorate that envelope. So set that off to the side. We'll use it later. Then with this, you're going to rotate it and cut it at 5 inches. And that is all the cutting that you need to do. So what I said earlier was this is a cut and flip. So we cut that and then we're going to flip it to use the back side of the designer series paper to just make a beautiful card. Now, if you are making multiples of cards, which I always do, if I'm going to pull out all my crafting stuff, I'm not just making one card. So I'm going to show you how you can cut 3 at a time. So you're going to stack them all together, but you're going to make sure that if your paper has a direction, that they're all running the same direction. So turn them around if you want it going a different direction, which I think I will do that one. And then we're going to cut it just like before. We're going to cut off enough for the envelope. Rotate. Before I make this next cut, I'm just going to tap it on my surface just to make sure it is absolutely straight. And then we're going to cut it again. Oh, look, I squeezed it. I shifted them. So we're going to double check. Throw this in here and cut. Holy cow, I keep messing it up. We're going to do it this way. There we go. I got it. And then just cut. This paper cutter is awesome. It will cut through 3. Now, one of the benefits of making multiples at the same time, let me show you, is if, oh, hold on. I'm getting discombobulated here. So this is the one we cut earlier. Let's say I didn't really like this as the accent piece. So if you cut multiples, this is going to give you more options for what you want. So maybe I want this piece to go here, and maybe I want the green here. You know, you can mix and match. It just gives you a lot more options. If you'd like this project sheet that has the measurements and the instructions and the supplies, these are just for my email subscribers. You can sign up to be on my list. There's a link in the description of the video. All of this information, though, is over on my website. So on the measurements, you'll see that there are 2 different pieces of white paper that are slightly different sizes. You want to take the one that is smaller, and then take your punch, and you're just going to punch. Doesn't matter where. This is going to be the focal point of the card. We're cutting this out of the layer just to save paper. Look, this is going to fit right underneath here, and no one's going to know that we cut that out. So now we're going to stamp the inside of the card. So just pick a sentiment out of your stamp set, and we'll just get this stamping done all out of the way. We're just doing real simple. Okay, and now take your punch that you punched out, and then pick which one you want to go in there. With this oval, this will fit in there, this and this. But you can see when you open these up, this is a ginormous stamp, which is awesome for quick and easy card making, because you could just slap that right onto the front of a card and have it, you know, pretty much done. So, but one thing with big stamps, you want them, it can be hard to line them up on your stamp block. So I line the stamp up on my grid paper and make sure it is straight. And then I'll take my block and line my block up on my grid paper. And I have no idea if I'm doing this correctly, because with the camera right here, I can't get right over my paper, but you guys know what I'm talking about. Nope, that's not straight. So with large stamps like this, I like to actually take my stamp pad to the stamp, and I just gently tap it up and down until it looks completely covered. And I'm just going to show you what this looks like. I think it's so beautiful. Like if you just stamp that on the front of a card, you could color that in if you wanted, and bam, it's done. But okay, let me show you how to put this on this little piece here. So it's going to omit the words that are around in the circle around it. So we're just going to, because this stamp is clear, which is awesome, you can see right directly through to line that up on that little punch out. And then you can take this off, and we've got this bird right in the center. Now, before you put your inks away, I love to put just a little stamp on the back of my card. It's just as a little, takes an extra little second, but I think it just adds that nice personal touch. So grab your card base and score it. And now we're ready to glue this puppy together. So remember, this is the layer we cut our focal point out of. Then we're just going to put glue on the back side of the designer series paper and just line it up on top of here. I didn't put any glue in the middle because I didn't want it squooshing out on here. And now we're going to take remember we cut and we flipped this over, and just decide, you know, where you want it. You can have it down here or up here. And at the end of the video, I've got examples to show you for different placements of that, the focal point. So now this next step is optional, but I think it's so pretty. I'm using the Lost Lagoon woven ribbon. Can you see that? Oh, it's so pretty. So what I'm going to do is just lay this across the top here and cut it, because you guys know I struggle with ribbons. So I find this to be such an easy way. And I'm just going to put tape on both ends here like this. And then I'm going to pick up this piece centered. Get out of there. I'm going to center this up, and when it's where I like it, then I'm just going to wrap this around the back and just tape it on the back like that. Like I said, that's an optional piece, but it just adds a little bit of extra texture that makes it so interesting. And it doesn't take that much time to add that on either. So now take the inside of your card and glue that inside. Now all we have to do is put the focal point on our card. Now you can glue this on, but I like to add dimensionals to the back. These are foam pieces that are just a little thick, and it just makes the focal point pop up, it creates a shadow behind the focal point, which makes it stand out more. So you just put those on, and then you can decide where you want this. You put it in the middle, you put it off to the side, like that. Now you can leave it like this, but I'm actually going to do kind of a fake bow that once this is taped down, this makes it so easy to tie on because that ribbon isn't sliding all over the place. And I'm just going to tie a knot. I'm not trying to tie a ribbon or anything. Look, I'm even having a hard time tying a simple knot. Oh my goodness. Okay, yep, there we go. And there. And now just trim off these edges. You can keep them long or cut them down shorter. It's just a simple way to tie a bow, but I think it adds just so cute. I'm actually going to slide that. I want to slide that maybe a little closer there. That is one thing that's nice. This will slide anywhere you want to on there. Now you can be done here. Here, I've given you tons of options for keeping it simple or adding just a little something extra. I do need to add some bling to this. I'm not usually a bling girl, but these are the iridescent rhinestones and they come in large, medium, and small. And usually I always put 3 on a piece anyway. So that's just like perfect to me. So I'm going to just use my, oh, I don't know if you guys saw me do that. This is the take your pick tool. Love this thing. So this is pokey. It gets the Stampin' Dimensional backs off. Switch it over, and then you got a spatula for scooping up these things. They already have adhesive on them, so that is really nice. Where do you put them? That's always the struggle, right? Honestly, if you just put 3, I feel like you can't put them, you can't go wrong with that. Okay, remember we have this piece to decorate the envelope. So take your envelope and open it up, and you're going to put glue along just on the envelope flap, making sure to get close to the edge so that sticks down, and put some in the middle. And then you're going to place your piece of paper, decide which side you want on there first, and you're going to place it right along the fold line, but you don't want it extending. So I always pick mine up and I double check, like, is it extending past? Because I don't want it to do that. And then you just press this down in place. I always do it over my craft sheet in case I put too much glue. And then you just flip this over and trim off the excess. And it's that easy to get a matching envelope. So there we go. Super easy card. Remember, you can omit the ribbon if you want. You can omit the gems if you want. You can glue this directly on there. Another option is to color in your bird if you have the markers. I just wanted to show you what that looks like. I want to show you just some that have a different placement of the greeting. So here it is with the oval rotated along the bottom. And here it is along the top, and I just put 2 little pieces of ribbon behind that. I thought that looked cool. And then here's just a couple more. These are all from the same pack of designer series paper. Oh, I wanted to show you if you wanted to color in the lemons, what that would look like. And this is just a different way to do the ribbon behind there. So I hope this gives you a ton of ideas. If you love Stampin' Up! Products, man, now is the time to get them in February 2024. This is the last month of celebration. So with every $50 you purchase, you get to pick something free from their celebration selection of items. And they just added some new items from the annual catalog. So like big packs of paper, stamp sets, die sets, embellishments. Go check out all the freebies you can get. Don't forget to use my host code because you also accrue Sunny points with me. For every $50, you accrue 1 point. When you collect 5, I'll buy you a stamp set of your choice. If you really like getting supplies, you might want to consider joining. The join bonus through February is you pay only $99 and you get to pick out $155 worth of products of your choice. I often get asked the question, well, I don't want to demonstrate anything. What happens if I don't meet the quarterly minimum? So that is totally fine. And most people join just for the discount themselves. And you just go back to being a regular customer. You get to keep everything you've purchased, obviously. So anyway, something to consider. Leave me a comment or reach out if you have any questions. I'm happy to help. See you next Thursday when my next video comes out. Have a sunny day.